Hello everybody, we're looking at Lauren, my 2007 Ford F150, and as of June 30th, 2023, it has officially been 1 year since I bought this truck. So I figured, being that it's been a year, let's take a look at it and see what it looks like and give you a little update on it. So yeah, this is it. It's been in a lot of videos. It's obviously gold. This is a Georgia truck originally, so no rust. It's the XLT trim with the super cab, extended cab, and the 6.5 foot bed. It has the 4.6 V8. As you can see, it does not say 5.4 right here, which that might be my biggest biggest thing I like about this truck is that it is not the cursed 3-valve 5.4. Took forever to find one of these that's not rusty because these things have bad frame rot. I really was looking for a crew cab, a Super Crew, but finding a Super Crew 2-wheel drive with the 6.5 foot bed that's not the little shorty bed that's useless, it's damn near impossible. So settled for this, and honestly the extended cab is not terrible. So yeah, it's got 18-inch wheels, Firestone tires. I put those on shortly after I bought the truck. These running boards were made by Big Country, and as you can see, they've rotted out. I still have a couple of the coverings. I need to throw them away, but just cheap aftermarket running boards. But it's gold, obviously. No rust back here whatsoever. As you can see, I'll even show you. It's hard to see in the sunlight here, but no rust, nothing there. The frame is still got a little surface rust, but it's damn near immaculate. You can still see it has the paint left on it from the factory, which is impossible to see in these Michigan trucks. So yeah, definitely like that. Being the XLT, this is like the I consider it like the gateway trim between, you still get some features, but it is definitely not a higher end truck. Has a Truxedo brand tonneau cover, truck sport, comes in handy. I put that on. Here's the back. It's got a Curt hitch, which was installed by the previous owner, and a trailer wiring system. It's got an adapter too for that to make it into a 4-prong. Logo's kind of rubbed off like on the front. This isn't rotted out at all. It's missing the little hole for the spare tire thing, the little key insert, but the spare tire works. Tailgate's a little dented. It's got some stickers on it that I put on. You're seeing this truck in lived-in condition. I didn't clean it out or anything, but that's the dealership that he bought it from before I got it. Had a license plate frame on there too when I got it, but I hate license plate frames. They're ugly, and they increase your chances of getting pulled over because a cop can say, oh, I don't see the name of the state or whatever, and they're ugly, and I'm not giving the dealership any more advertising than this. This is obviously not coming off, but also the frame that was on here didn't have 4 screw holes, and I drilled 2 holes in the bottom here because I wanted 4 screws. So yeah, but we got a pine knob sticker. Great Lakes, always fresh, sometimes frozen. Gotta have a Spartan head, of course. No salt, no sharks, no problem. Of course, gotta have a Buc-ee's sticker. Love Buc-ee's, and little Michigan tie-dye thing, which is also on the Fusion. So yeah, gotta show my support for the local. This tailgate does lock. You can see here, you can do that, and then it's locked, or you can unlock it. It opens. 6.5 foot bed. It's got a rugged liner, bed liner. It's not great, but when I bought this truck, this lock was broken. You couldn't lock the tailgate. So I ended up having to go to a junkyard, and I bought a, what I did is I bought a new handle. I took the lock mechanism out, and I put this cylinder back in. This is the original handle and the original cylinder, obviously, because that's the original key. I had to take the internals of the actual lock out from the other handle, but whatever. It's got a spot for a bumper hitch. This is some of the only body damage right here. That's been like that since I bought it. The truck has an aftermarket exhaust on it, which you'll hear. I think it's the muffler, I don't know. Of course, back here, No rust, no rot. It's beautiful. This truck is absolutely gorgeous looking. And for two-wheel drive, I drove it around last winter. Obviously, I washed it, but it was good. These wheels were an upgrade to the 18s. It's a good-looking truck, though. I really like this truck. And then it has a little crack in the mirror, which has been here since I bought it. The only rust on the truck is right here. This was not like this when I bought it. It was sort of bubbling, but like, I'm not going to do it, but yeah, you can hear right in that area. Yeah, this is getting ready to go through, so it sucks, but the dog legs on these trucks rot out a lot, and then this, which I give this thing about 2 more years, and this is going to be all chewed through. Under the other side isn't bad though, but yeah, so that's the only real bad spot of rust on this truck, which is amazing. But show you the inside here. Chrome bumper. This is not the original key, but it's an OEM key. The original one would have been like smaller and it had a separate keyless entry fob, but it's the one that I use. No fog lights. Being an XLT, this one has the grayish beige cloth interior. Seats are in decent shape. This is the only rip. This is from sliding in and out, which is why the bolstering is like gone there. Integrated seat belts, which the retractors still pick it up pretty decently, which Ford did a lot better with these retractors than GM and Dodge did. Dodge did okay. It was mostly GM had the issues with the, you'd pull it down and then it would just sit like this. I don't think I've seen a single GM truck in person from this era that when you throw the seatbelt down like that. See, this one won't even let you. I'm talking about some of the GM ones are so bad that it'll like sit like this, completely like down. Not this one, even if you throw it back, still picks itself up, which is awesome. These seats are super bolstered. They're like actually massive. These headrests don't go up any more than this, sadly, but they're completely manual. Got the bar, lumbar, and the height, or the backrest. There's no height adjustment. The steering wheel tilts but doesn't telescope, so yeah. I don't like these integrated seatbelts though. They're really uncomfortable. Honestly, I wish it was just here. Extended cab, obviously. I'll get in back here, and it's got actually, for an extended cab truck, I'm 5'8", and the back seat is not terrible. The back is not very reclined, but for a truck back seat, it's actually okay, and the headliner's in decent shape other than that. Lots of headroom. I mean, it's a decent back seat. I've had people back here, and there's no complaining. This seat is not all the way back, but it's close, and you can see there's less room, but you got a cigarette lighter, cup holder. This flips up. Some of the repairs I have had to do on this truck, I did have to replace both of these door mechanisms because they break. These seats flip up if you do this. Just like that. I have stuff stored under there. Comes in handy if you're trying to move stuff, except in Ford fashion, this thing falls back there and you got to pick it back up. This is the middle seat belt for the front seat. It's just tucked under here. Windows go all the way down back here, but I'll go ahead and I'll start it up here. Big old door pocket. The top of the steering wheel you can see is pretty sun faded, but it's not peeling, so this is peeling. Cruise control. I'll start it up here. When I bought the truck, it had, I believe, 162,000 miles. It's currently sitting at 168,753 as of filming. I haven't put that many miles on it because it's not my daily driver, but 6,000 in a year is not bad, but I'll start it up. It's gonna chime, but you'll hear the exhaust here. It's pretty nice. It's already warmed up, so it started right up. You can see you've got your tachometer, you have your speedo, you have your temperature gauge, you have your oil pressure gauge, which is more of a switch. It's not live. Battery gauge, which I believe also isn't live. Battery gauge, and then you also have your fuel gauge here. This thing has a 27-gallon tank, so it's pretty good. This is the basic cluster. You could get nicer clusters, but it's got a door light, automatic driver window. The rest are powered. Window lock lock and unlock. You got your mirror controls, headlights, which are automatic, and there's the light sensor for it. Your basic little screen with the miles, the compass, the thermometer, and your trip, which I will tell you, it is nice that they give you a thermometer and a compass, because once you have them, you get used to them. So it's nice to have that. Grab handle, got my phone mounts, got the dashboard, still in pretty good shape. Roll this back up. Actually, I'll leave it down for now. Big hefty door handle. Parking brake, which does not work, unfortunately. It's one of the only things that doesn't. I'll pop the hood. Gas and brake. I'll turn these on, and then I'll turn the hazards on, which are pretty fast for a Ford. And I'll show you the lights on the outside. This is also missing the little cap, but that really doesn't do anything. Original tail lights are still in good shape. Headlights. Show you the engine. 4.6 liter V8, 2-valve. Thing purrs like a kitten. Has a new battery. Absolutely awesome engines. These engines are damn near unkillable. Not the easiest to work on, but they're definitely not hard. Ford quality. This is the upgraded grille as well, and it has a little bit missing. That was like that when I bought it. And then if you come back here, other tail light, you can hear the reflector, the exhaust, which what I'll do, normally I wouldn't do this, but because this thing has an aftermarket exhaust, I'll go ahead and set the camera right down here, and I'm gonna go ahead and just rev it. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what it sounds like when it's under a load. It does get a little bit annoying just driving around town, because you can definitely hear it when you're just cruising, but man, when you step on that thing on the highway, it sounds good. I didn't put that on, of course. That was there when I bought the truck. Turn these off. I'll rev it from the inside too, so you can hear what it sounds like. Love that little growl. Yeah, I drive this thing very conservatively, so this is probably the first time I've revved it to full capacity in months. But it seems to have a rev limiter right around 4,000 RPM when it's in park. Door panel jiggles. But yeah, so power steering, of course. This thing is very easy to steer. The steering is like damn near pinky proof. You can almost do it with one finger. Your cruise control, which probably isn't going to do anything now because it's not moving. The horn. Turn signals, that's all the stock does, except the high beams. Your wipers, which are squeaky, need some fluid. I have Rain-X wiper blades on there, which for some reason are squeaking now, of course, now that I make a video. Love my Rain-X blades, Rain-X Latitude. Shifter, which this thing has a 4-speed automatic with a column shifter, which of course I prefer. And then it also has low gear and an overdrive off button. But yeah, it's not a bad transmission. I haven't towed with this, but I don't know. I do love the column shifter though, because you could get a floor shifter in these, which is ridiculous for a truck, but yeah, so I like that for sure. This is where the 4-wheel drive switch would be. The trailer brake, which works, is down here. Nothing on the floor, obviously, no shifter. Got your radio. This is not the original factory radio, but this is what it would have had. Oh, good song, of course. But yeah, I really want to listen to it, but I gotta make it quiet. CD player, got your presets. It does have an aux jack, which is right there. Big old tray. Rear view mirror, easy to see out of. It's adjustable. It's also a little bit loose. You got your climate controls. I just realized people who live in the South are gonna see that and think it's insane. Yeah. welcome to Michigan. No, I did not have my heat on in June. I definitely didn't. I just turned that there for the hell of it. But pretty basic climate controls. Fan speed, of course. The AC in this thing works very well. In fact, I think I'm actually going to turn it on and sit in here for a bit in it because it is hot as hell. Listen to the blend door. Single zone climate control. Let's kick that AC on. I'll roll the windows up too. But yeah, the AC in this thing is definitely nice. Nice to have. It's going to take a minute to get cold, but got your radio, like I said, your power outlet here, which you also have one right here where the cigarette lighter is, which works. This truck being a two-wheel drive, there's no defroster or anything, but your AC and your settings. Cup holders here with storage tray. Kind of cheap. Little storage here, which is loose. Of course it is. Your glove box, which is tiny. My insurance is there, so I got to be careful. The owner's manual, which I don't know if this is the original one to this truck, but it's a little beat. Glove box is kind of small. Napkins. Visors right here. No light, and they come out, but they don't slide. My oil change sticker. Gauge dimmer, I already showed that. You got your sunglasses case here, which I keep my gas mileage book in. Dome lights. This one, weirdly enough, you'll notice it doesn't come on. Watch. Now it's gonna make a fool out of me. Screw you. Sometimes, of course now it's not going to. This light has an issue where it'll come on if this one's off. But of course now it's gonna make a fool out of me. The bulb works, but there's some sort of issue with the electrical system. It's gonna make a freaking fool out of me. Sometimes it'll come on if you have these two off, and then when you would open the door, this one would go off while this one comes on, but of course now it's gonna make a fool out of me. And then you got your regular dome light back here, of course, which you can turn on. But yeah, now it's gonna make a fool out of me, naturally. Actually, we'll hit max AC there, turn the recirc on. Little consolette in the ceiling. Dashboard over there. It's a pickup truck. What is there to show? Passenger seat, plenty of room. This flips down, which this is a middle seat with the seat belt that I showed you, but this will flip down into cup holders and then also more storage. I don't like having this here, honestly. I'd rather have the space, so it stays flipped up most of the time. But yeah, really not much else to show in here. Passenger airbag off light, or on, which is engaged. It's got the defroster here. I don't know, there's really not much else to talk about. It's a pickup truck. Gas mileage on this thing at around town is about 12 or 13, even with the air going, and highway about 17. I've gone 286 miles since last fill up, and I'm right at half a tank, which that's with the air conditioning being used. So yeah, it's not terrible. It's a 27-gallon tank, so you know, costs a lot to fill up, but whatever. I usually get about 350, 60 miles out of a tank typically. So yeah, open the door, shut the AC down. Heard the compressor kick off, and off it goes. So I guess we'll shut it down. There's really not much else to show here. And yeah, that's really it. So yeah, big old doors, because this is an extended cab. It has the giant doors with the big speaker. So yeah, that's pretty much, I mean, I can show you the passenger side, I guess, since we're showing stuff. Pretty much more of the same. This seat is in almost mint condition with the exception of a couple burn holes. But yeah, really not much else to show in here. It's a pickup truck, what can I say? So yeah, you'll notice what's interesting. Oh yeah, no rust on the bottom of the doors, but you can see here behind that dog leg where that rust is, which is awesome. This is a different door mechanism because a different place installed it, so the handle feels different. And then on this side, under this seat, you have the jack and stuff, which that's my piece of wood, but yeah. So, yeah. In conclusion, Lauren, the 07 F-150, great truck. This thing has given me mechanically absolutely zero issues. I've done a couple cosmetic things. I've replaced a couple fuses, actually no light bulbs now that I think about it. And yeah, it's been a pretty freaking good truck, I must say. So that will conclude the tour portion. Now I'm going to give you an idea of what this thing is like to drive. All right, time for some driving footage. Full disclosure, the tripod is gonna creak, it's gonna make noise. You're just gonna have to deal with it, so let's get some driving footage. around this corner, when we go past it, I'll give her the beans so you can hear what she sounds like under pressure and the load and all that. Road's also wet, but here we go. Well, there you go. That is a good ending to the 1-year review of Lauren, the 07 F-150. Tried to stay quiet. There was much that I could, except the camera towards the end making all the clicking noises. So just a little POV of what it's like to drive this thing. So thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe and click like if you like what you see. And follow me on the web at isaac24.com. Bye-bye.